Hi, here's Li Huang from Hughes Training Group. Today, I'm going to talk about the Jupyter Terminal installation and commissioning procedure. This is Part 3. Let's check the timeline again. We have just finished the antenna pointing. After antenna pointing, the terminal will enter the registration stage. The terminal will complete several steps during the registration stage. First is the ranging process. During the ranging process, the terminal will communicate with the gateway to set up its timing offset and adjust its transmit power. Second is the registration process. During registration process, the terminal interacts with the central network management system for authentication and encryption keys. Third is the association process. The terminal will be associated with a network router, walled garden IP gateway. These processes run automatically. The registration stage is the same for all types of terminals. If the terminal has not been pre-activated in Jupyter Network Management System, the terminal will go through the terminal service activation process. The terminal service activation link will occur after the terminal is successfully registered into the system. Click the terminal service activation link. A new web page opens for terminal activation. Enter the site ID and click the Submit button to activate terminal. The activation stage is the same for all types of terminals. Here is a video clip to show how a HT2300 terminal goes through the terminal registration and activation. Here is the pointing screen in terminal installation web page. The terminal is in the receive pointing mode. The installer has finished the antenna pointing. Now click the Next on the top to enter the terminal registration stage. In the registration stage, the terminal will be put into ranging mode. During the ranging mode, terminal will start to transmit to the gateway to adjust the timing offset and adjust transmit power. Then the terminal will send the registration request to the central Jupyter Network Management System for registration. If the registration request doesn't go through, click the Re-register button to send the request again. If the registration is success, the terminal will then try to associate it with a walled garden IP gateway. Once the terminal associates with a walled garden IP gateway, the link for terminal service activation will show up at the bottom. At this point, the terminal will be assigned with a new IP address on its LAN port. The installer laptop PC will get a new IP assigned by the terminal. Click the Terminal Service Activation link. A new web page is opened. This is the Terminal Service Activation web page. Enter the terminal site ID. Click Submit button to activate terminal. Wait for the confirmation. Here it is. After the terminal is activated, the terminal will download the configuration parameters, including the terminal service plan and the LAN IP address. Go back to the terminal installation page. Wait until you see the terminal service activation link is gone. The 5 messages in one column show up. With the last message, installation completed. On the top, SBC state code is 0.0.0. Go back to the Terminal System Control Center web GUI. Refresh the screen. The terminal may look like normal. However, in the background, the terminal may still download the software. To monitor the software download status, go to the Advanced Web GUI. In the Advanced Web GUI, click General, SDL, SDL Monitor. You see multiple files have been delivered to the terminal. Some files in the state of loading are in the progress of downloading. After the terminal downloaded all the files, the terminal may reboot itself. After the rebooting, refresh the terminal web GUI. Go to the Terminal Advanced Web GUI to check the terminal status. The default screen in the Advanced Web GUI is the General Summary screen. You want to see the system state code in this screen is 0.0.0. Here, the state code is not 0.0.0. The message complained about the pipe backbone. Go to the lower part of the screen. You can see some of the pipe backbones are down. Wait for a while. to see whether the error state will be cleared up. If not, reboot the terminal by clicking the red symbol at the top. Wait for the terminal to finish rebooting. After rebooting, refresh the page. Now the error message is gone. The system state code is normal, 0.0.0. After terminal is successfully activated in the system, the installer needs to make sure all the cabling is properly set for normal operation. If the Hughes pointing tool is used during commissioning, remove it from the cable. All the connectors are tightened properly. Take a video or photos for indoor unit, outdoor unit, and the IFL cable. In summary, there are 6 major steps for terminal installation and commissioning. Step 1, preparation. Perform site survey if needed. Prepare the terminal hardware. An installer may also need to have terminal site ID, SBC file, ODU file if required, and a laptop. Step 2, install the terminal. Install the ODU, IDU, and the IFL cable. Different terminal types may be cabled differently. For example, some terminal types require only one IFL cable. Some may require 2 IFL cables. Step 3, enter the installation parameters via the terminal web GUI. Different terminal types may require different parameters. Step 4, antenna pointing. Put terminal in the pointing mode and perform antenna pointing. Step 5 and 6, terminal registration and terminal activation. These 2 steps are done via terminal web GUI.